मां विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमती भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशधारणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिव सदि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा नाम प्रभु की जय. Welcome all of you. Today is the 13th session, supposed to be dealing with the 12th module, but since some more things on the 11th module was not spoken yesterday, let me complete that. After completing that, I will cover up some of the unanswered questions, and in the course of answering those questions, it will also recapitulate what we have done so far in so many different modules. So let us. Yesterday we discussed how from the soul what is coming out into this material world is the attention energy. The connection of the soul with this material energy is only through the attention energy. That is why Krishna says this living entity is Kshetrajna. And where does the attention fall? Attention falls on the variegated material nature, varieties of material nature. Where does our attention finally, where is our attention stuck up? Our attention is stuck up in our mind. In the sense, just like you say, if my attention is on the floor, then I will see the floor tiles. If my attention is on that camera, then I see that camera. If my attention is on in reading this, then my attention is on the content of this paper. So content of the attention is different, attention is different. We have to remember this. Content of the attention is what fills the attention. Contents keep changing. I look here, my content is this printout. Then I look that side, picture of Krishna. So like this, the differentiate between the content of the attention and the attention. The content of the attention in a movie theater is a screen. Contents in the screen. And the attention is the one that is connecting me to the movie screen. So that is why even in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Prakrite kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvashaha ahankara vimudatma kartaham iti manyate. Prakriti is the kshetra, and all the activities are happening in Prakriti. And we are situated in the transcendental platform, exactly like Paramatma. We are of the same quality as Paramatma, and Paramatma is also described as Kshetrajna by Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita. So there are two Kshetrajnas in this body. There is one Kshetrajna which is the super soul. Other Kshetrajna, we are the other soul. So we as the Kshetrajna are of the same quality as Paramatma. Paramatma Krishna. We are of the same quality as Paramatma Krishna. So, again to repeat, our connection with this world is through my attention energy. See how important it is, attention. Becoming free from Maya and becoming Krishna conscious means nothing. Changing the content of the consciousness, that's all. changing the content of our attention. That is why in the Bhagavad Gita also Krishna says, most confidential knowledge is manmana bhava madbhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mamevesya satyante pratijnane priyosime. Simply you replace all so many contents that we have, material energy, we replace it with Krishna. And then that becomes perfection of life, the greatest secret, he says. So, now in chanting Hare Krishna also, just see, somebody asked the other day, just giving attention, how it is service. That is all that you have. Everything else is something else. It is all from the material world. That what you have stolen, you are offering. But here is what is yours, you are offering. What is yours is your attention. So therefore, thinking of Krishna always is the highest devotional service. Devotional service means what? Devotional service means pleasing Krishna. It does not mean only, external service is, if that pleases Krishna, yes, that is also devotional service. If we give our attention, think of Krishna always, that is devotional service. Not that is less devotional service, only that. That is also called devotional service. Thinking of Krishna is also devotional service. Chanting is also a devotional service. Hearing is also devotional service. So, we need to know, you just see how our free will, our attention, what I want to say is, we should value our attention, that it is mine. Really, it's mine. And now we have to relook whether, I handed over my attention to the mind to whimsically carry it wherever it wants. This whole process of self-realization is bring back the attention to where it should be. In the spiritual world, it should be in Krishna, in Krishna's service, etc., etc. So attention is like a torch. Attention torch. Like let's say soul is like an attention torch. Continuously attention energy is coming out. You show the torch, and free will, you see, free will is like turning the torch. You turn it on the screen, you see what is on the screen. You turn it on the wall, you see. You turn it on the floor, you will see what is on the floor. That's why it's called Kshetrajna, is a knower. And that free will is ours, where to move the attention. So entire japa, the Lord incarnates into this world and gives us a chance to completely absorb our attention in Him. Imagine how if our attention is on the Nama for 2 hours, so pleased the Lord will be. And that is how spiritual awakening happens. The spiritual mind awakens. Now what is happening? All the contents in the material mind, I am thinking it is the content of my spiritual mind. It's called identification. I have an ego that I am the servant of Krishna. That real ego I have forgotten, and being haunted by a false ego that I see in my mind. What do I see in the mind? I am this body. That misconception. I am this body. And therefore I see, so you go and stick your ego there on what you know. Because it is only what you are knowing. The ego is not in you, it is outside. False ego is a material element, it's outside. So you identify with, I am the ego. And then all the other things connected with, other people are their ego. All these things, the material world created in the mind. That's where my spiritual mind is stuck. What thinking, feeling, willing, desiring, being, everything that's there in the material mind, I think it is all mine. It's my thinking, my feeling, my willing. But actually the fact is that the mind cannot think, feel and will without me giving the power to think, feel and will. That it is all right. That it is drawing. That's another subject. How the material body is creating this duplication. How the material body is creating this movie for the spiritual mind to watch. So it is completely watching something which is nothing to do with itself. That is why this material world we create in our head is simply nothing to do with my real being a servant of Krishna, my real world, my real spiritual body, my real spiritual senses. So very simple in one sense. If our consciousness, 24 hours Krishna is there in our consciousness, we are over. Self-realization is over. Very difficult, 24 hours. But with the help of the holy name, with the association of the holy name, yes. First, our mind gets purified. Material mind gets purified. Because your spiritual mind's gaze is fixed on the knowing what is in the material mind, knowing and identifying what is in the material mind. So therefore, if what is in the material mind changes, that will awaken us. Just like I gave you example. If you are sitting in a movie theater and you are watching the movie and you are absorbed in the movie plot, suppose the movie plot changes and suddenly there is a shot of your home along with the home characters, your father, mother, everything, and you are still looking at the screen, but you will wake up. That is exactly the point in how, because somebody may ask, okay, I read Prabhupada's books, it all goes into my material mind, my spiritual mind is still not awake, but how these things go into my material mind, how it is going to awaken me? Yes, it is going to awaken because my gaze is fixed there. It will, pure material mind will awaken our pure spiritual mind. So therefore, what content we put in our mind is very crucial if you want to awaken. What content you want to put. Controlling the mind really ultimately means it's not controlling thinking, feeling and willing. It is about what you think, feel and will. This activity will never stop. Desiring will never stop. Thinking will never stop. Feeling will never stop. Willing will never stop. Attention coming out of the soul will never stop. Because it is the nature of the soul to be something. That means be an ego. To be something, to desire something, to think, feel, will, do. It cannot stop. And there is nothing wrong with that. What is wrong with is where you apply your being. Do you apply your soul's sense of being in being the servant of Krishna? Once you accept that being the servant of Krishna, then there is automatically desires as a servant of Krishna. Then to fulfill those desires, thinking, feeling, willing will go on as per those desires. Doing will go as per those desires. So that is why it is said this false ego is the main culprit. And what is a false ego? Prabhupada says, I am this body and I belong to this material society. Because material society is created in our heads. Everybody is into a common illusion. Everybody is in a common illusion. But real souls only are there. They're all in common illusion. I am this body. So, the Lord being, ocean of Satchidananda, if He incarnates as Shakti Aveshavatara into our material mind, and our attention is focused on the material mind only, no problem. Plus attention itself goes beyond material mind and goes and touches the spiritual mind. By the combination of this, there is awakening. Again, awakening doesn't mean, you are sleeping in the spiritual world. Suddenly you wake up and you find you are in a spiritual bed. Now you see the spiritual world. Don't mistake like that. Yesterday I clarified it. Awakening means, right, you will awaken here itself first, because this is part of this spiritual world. Here you will awaken that I am not the body, others are not this body is simply machine, I am servant of Krishna. Krishna is the Supreme Lord, He is a Supreme Controller, He is in everybody's heart, He created this world, He maintains this world, He dissolves this world, and He is giving us all an opportunity to develop our intrinsic love for Him and satisfy our deepest instinct for Sat, Chit and Ananda. That's all we want. The living entity is an experiential being. It wants experience of Sat, Chit and Ananda. These three things are continuously frustrated in this material world through this common illusion, I am this body. When you come out of this illusion that I am this body, then associate with Krishna, then there is transcendental pleasure of you start tasting Krishna in this material world. Krishna in this material world is in his avatara. So our chanting becomes tasty. Our sense of love is changed from material dependence on material egos to the eternal ego of Krishna. Eternal relationship with Krishna, eternal security from Krishna. He is my protector, He is my maintainer, He is my provider. Everything becomes reality. Because why? How Krishna will reciprocate? Why Krishna will reciprocate? That's why He is there everywhere. Even in the material world He will reciprocate. But not on our crazy terms of what is reciprocation. He is a friend of all living entities. Once we say I am your devotee, Krishna, then Krishna is my friend as a devotee. And He will ensure that what I really desire, I will get. I want bhakti, He will ensure that I get bhakti. He will guide me according to that. So now let us take some of the old questions, pending questions, and then we will. Then tomorrow I will take the talk on the next module. Okay, some very old questions which I had left. Today's anything is there first? Please. Put it up on the screen. Yes, start. Let's start today's. Okay, I heard from devotees that chanting is sadhana, not service. It is personal sadhana asking for service. Service directly is more than chanting and result of it. How can we humbly put forward that it is also service? By the way, we are not skipping service for the sake of chanting. If more time permits, we are doing chanting. Now please understand the broad, everything is devotion. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, that 9 processes of devotion service, chanting and hearing is included. So it is service only. Sadhana means simply a disciplined way of doing service is called sadhana. Like that, even preaching is sadhana. Our outside service is also a sadhana. When there is no discipline, it is not called sadhana. When you awaken your love for Krishna, there is no sadhana. There is only spontaneous chanting, there is only spontaneous services. So it all depends on what meaning we have put in our head. But the essence is, they're all same. They're all serving the Lord. Mangalarti is service to the Lord. Chanting is service to the Lord. Tulsi Puja is service to the Lord. Guru Puja is service to the Lord. Going and collecting money for the temple is service to the Lord. Distributing books is service to the Lord. One is, a little difference is, some of this, what we call as sadhana, is where we come in direct touch with Krishna. Just like, we had to go out and serve the Lord and, preach Krishna consciousness. But in the case of chanting, everything you see, directly the Lord is receiving those services, and then Lord is receiving the other services also directly, no doubt. But as far as we are concerned, if Prabhupada chants or he goes and preaches, both are on the same level. But for us, sadhana, we have to take extra care till one day we become purified. Then chanting for me will become same as going out and preaching. Because in both cases I am able to make feel the presence of the Lord and serve Him. But at this stage I can feel the presence of the Lord in the deity, indirectly in chanting, spending time in chanting, etc., etc. Okay. So, whenever I sit with great determination to chant nicely, I am facing lot of obstacles through important phone calls or some physical health problem. It is due to bad karma. No, it is not due to bad karma. Important phone calls, you have to do some management. Whoever is the one who is calling, we have to intelligently manage these things. If your office is calling, then you work out with your boss. Please, I'll give you this much time, that time you can call, you can request. Krishna will help, convince them. Some physical health problems. Why 24 hours you are in a health problem? Yes, if any health problem is there, it is due to bad karma. But health problem, many health problems does not stop chanting, does not affect chanting at all. But if we make a big thing about that health problem, see, the real serious health problem means one is continuously suffering from physical pain. That is a different matter. But generally, I have weakness, this thing, that thing. You have to fight all those things. And in fact, most of the health problems, if you chant Hare Krishna and become spiritually happy, the health problems will go away. This is a clue I am giving. Many times I have seen health problems are due to mind problems. So if you are able to be mentally happy, you will see a lot of changes happening in the physical health. Hare Krishna Nama Prabhu is 100% non-different from Krishna himself. Then how is it that 6 Goswamis, although always chanting, were still feeling separation from him? Yes. Now, the 6 Goswamis, they were always chanting the holy names of the Lord, and Shuddha Nama was on their tongue. At the same time, they were feeling separation from him. It is the will of the Lord. It's not that they are not, they don't have the purity to chant the Shuddha Nama, because they had a mission in this world. Just like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, if it happens to them, what will happen? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not do any preaching like that, did not write any books, nothing. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu exhibited all symptoms. His whole body was disarrayed. All ecstatic symptoms Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was exhibiting. So similarly, but the 6 Goswamis have been charged with the service by Lord Chaitanya. So not because they are not able to experientially taste the holy name, they are remembering him in separation. So, see, if something, the transcendental form, name, etc. of the Lord it's revealed to a devotee as a consensus between the devotee and the Lord. In this case, the six Goswamis had this work. If they are feeling constant ecstatic symptoms, by experientially touching the Nama with their spiritual senses, then they cannot function in this material world. In the material world, they had a task for the Nama Prabhu. So the Lord decides. Yeah. That is why Rupa Goswami said he was showing in separation. And there is another reason also. Because he is teaching us how to really chant the holy name. You should chant in separation, feeling separation. Because when you feel separation, then only you are inviting his experiential presence. For him to grant you experiential presence, you have to feel that separation and greed for him. And then you will get it. So these are all transcendental subjects. We cannot say you cannot simply use material logic to understand these things. Just like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also. Why only once in a while he was showing these ecstatic symptoms? He is God himself. Constantly he was chanting holy name. He could have been in ecstatic symptom every time. But now and then, to demonstrate that, to show what is the power of the holy name, he would go into that ecstasy. Just want to understand whether attention and consciousness is same. Yes, attention is just like if you ask, is sun and sunlight same? Yes, sun is made of sunlight. And sunlight is a symptom of sun. In the same way, attention and consciousness both are symptom of the soul. And the soul is nothing but concentrated consciousness. Just like sun is concentrated light and heat. When all services are equal in devotion service, why chanting is given more importance? And the whole idea is Kalikale Krishna Kalikale Namarupe Krishna Avatara. So the Lord has descended in this Kali Yuga as the holy name on the tongue that you chant, on the tongue that you utter the holy name. So he has become so accessible to you. The whole problem is about devotional service. You need Sevya to do devotional service. So Sevya is available to us even in our imperfect stage in Kali Yuga. The Lord has descended to come on our tongue, and therefore chanting is given more importance. The Shastra also says that it is only by Harer Nama eva kevalam kalau nastyeva gatiranyata. So chant. So you go by the Shastras. You cannot judge why the Shastra is saying this and that. Next question. What about Ajamila? He did not have background knowledge when he took the name of Krishna. That's why he only got liberation. Afterwards he had to do something to get pure bhakti. And background knowledge, that particular moment background knowledge is also not the criterion. Because he called his son Narayana. So in his background knowledge was his son, not Supreme Lord Narayana. And still the holy name is so powerful because Ajamila had done so much of devotion service. He only had fallen down in that particular life. For some time he fell down. But Krishna never forgets, and therefore, he gave him a chance. Not that he took the name of Narayana and immediately he went back to Godhead. No. So he was given a chance to do intense tapas, intense sadhana, and then he finally achieved Godhead. Okay. Please make clear distinction between Shakti Avesha Nama, Aprakrita Nama and Shuddha Nama in a sentence. Shuddha Nama is the avatari, the one who takes avatara and he is in the spiritual world. And that avatara of Shuddha Nama is called Aprakrita Nama. And that Aprakrita Nama enters the sound that you chant, and that sound on your tongue becomes a potentially omnipotent sound, and therefore is called Shakti Avesha Nama. So thus you see Shuddha Nama, Aprakrita Nama and Shakti Avesha Nama, they are the different manifestations of the mercy of the Lord. Just like Bhagavan, Paramatma and Brahman. Brahman is the energy of the Lord. So Shakti Avesha Nama is the energy of Aprakrita Nama. Aprakrita Nama is like Paramatma. The Aprakrita Nama on your tongue is like Paramatma because he is localized. He has come for you. And then the source of all the local namas that is there on each tongue is Shuddha Nama in the spiritual world. I'm an electronics engineer. I want to live a life of brahmachari and want to serve Krishna. But I'm scared what will happen in future. Okay, this is a different question. You can write to me in Telegram. You can write questions there that I can answer. 6 Goswamis wanted more and more of Krishna and continuously doing prayers. So, only question, what is that? How can we feel separation from someone we don't know or forgotten? Oh, so therefore you feel separation only by hearing. It is a fact. Without hearing about Krishna, you cannot feel separation. Without hearing the glories of the holy name, you cannot feel separation. You can feel separation from the holy name because you have heard so much about Krishna from Prabhupada. So much you have heard. And suddenly it is said that this holy name is non-different from him. And therefore you get that separation. All that you know, that is why I said, background preparation, all those things means you have to read Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, you have to get all those things. Why? Because, see, simply knowing Krishna is non-different from his name is not enough for your background, because you have to know Krishna. Okay, Krishna Nama is non-different from Krishna. Krishna Nama is non-different from Krishna. But Krishna himself you have to know. Otherwise, you know, okay, Krishna is on my tongue, Krishna is my tongue, Krishna is my tongue. But you don't have conception, absolute conception of what is Krishna, what are his glories. There's no end to how much you can feed your background consciousness with that. All of Bhagavatam volumes, everything. So therefore, hearing the Shastra, hearing from Guru is first important to develop separation. See, just like I tell you, you go from here 1 kilometer away, you will find one tree. And on the top of the tree, there is a whole cloth bundle full of treasures. Now, you heard that. Now you get desire and separation from that. Because you get desire for it. Why did you get desire for it? Because you know what is treasure. So similarly here from Guru, from Shastra, Krishna is all attractive, all loving. He is Bhagavan. He possesses all 6 opulences. He is the most, all strength, all knowledge, all beauty, all renunciation, all wealth. Oh, really? There is a person like that? It is being proclaimed in the scriptures. There is a person like that. And it is also said that he is accessible to you. Yes, he wants us. You are all part and parcel of him. But like this, by reading, you feel separation. What kind of separation feeling one should have while chanting? Because one cannot imitate particular type of separation. Don't complicate about this word separation. Separation means you desire something. When you desire something a lot, then you feel that I want that desire to be achieved. That is called separation. Don't make it into a very big technical term. That's all. That's called separation. Intense desire slowly becomes a craving. I have to get, I have to get, I have to get. Then you cannot sleep. You are feeling separation. So that is separation. So separation from, one cannot imitate particular type of separation. No, it's nothing about it. Whatever you have heard, whatever you got attracted. For instance, you are now chanting Shakti Vaishnama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Right? Now only my tongue is here. My material ears are hearing. My mind is also, giving attention. I feel some kind of purification, I get transcendental knowledge, all these things I feel. But I know that the holy name is apart from my existential presence that I feel for him. I want to feel him experientially. That means, to begin with, I want to feel that the holy name is described as Nitya Mukta, Nitya Shuddha. It is Purna Shuddha, completely pure. So how can I feel that? So that is how it is. Then Shukadev points out austerity, charity and performance of ritualistic ceremonies for countering sinful activities are recommended process, but by performing them one cannot remove sinful desire seed from the heart, as was the case with Ajamila in his youth. The sinful disaster seed can be removed only by Krishna consciousness. The sinful seed can be removed only by Krishna consciousness. My question is, Ajamila was doing only ritualistic ceremonies. Was he not doing any Krishna conscious activities? No, even if you're doing Krishna conscious activity, it is all, if you do mixed Krishna conscious activity, slowly you will purify. So, the sinful tendency to go, you have to chant the holy name of the Lord. You have to directly associate with the Lord. What does sinful tendency mean? The desire for independent existence, independent knowledge, independent pleasure and happiness. That is exactly what the sinful attitude is. Not about specific sinful desires. That's all manifestation of our more common, generic desire for independent existence, knowledge and bliss. Then according to our past activities, some particular sinful activities are there in our consciousness due to our past desires that manifest this sin, that sin, so many unlimited sins. In one sense, strictly speaking, anybody who is not a pure devotee is all giving expression to his sinful attitude. So, the sinful desire seed can, that's all. What kind of happiness will derive while doing soulful japa? Is it different for each individual? It is association with the Lord. It is the satisfaction of Lord being before you and you are able to serve Him. And just like you see, if you are able to bring before you somebody whom you admire, will it not give you happiness? Similarly, the moment you take your bead bag, it gives you happiness that God has come before me. And then your different kinds of happiness can be there of His association. What all hope you will have. Your happiness means there is hope, full of hope. Hope that Lord's mercy will be there. Now, by serving Him, I get Lord's mercy. I can cleanse my heart. Hope for cleansing the heart, becoming pure. See, just like if you want to go to Bombay, you buy a ticket and get into the Bombay train. Even before you reach Bombay, you start experiencing happiness. Oh, I'm going to Bombay, I'm going to Bombay, I'm going to Bombay. Exactly in the same way, every time you chant, you are sitting in the train going back to Godhead. So much happiness you will get. Yes, I have surrendered to Prabhupada. I am following Prabhupada's instructions. I shall chant the holy name and this will end my material life. So all these hopes are also so much, so different kinds of happiness you can experience in relationship with the Supreme Lord. Can you explain Nama Prada? That when I come to it, I'll tell. While chanting 16 rounds, after 10 rounds, I am feeling that my attention is reducing. Can I split the number of rounds and take a break and chant? Yes, you can do that. Thanks a lot for sharing the story between you and the gardener. Very inspiring. Thank you. Someone asked me that I am able to think of Krishna always without chanting. Should I still chant Hare Krishna? He asked. Please advise Prabhu. What does he mean thinking of Krishna? First of all, what does he know about Krishna? Has he heard from a pure devotee? This is very important. You should understand. You should ask him that, have you heard about Krishna from a pure devotee? Who he is, what he is? Many of these people, when they don't come to when they don't understand Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita properly, many Hindus have this idea of Krishna. And if you tell them, you poke them, they will say, okay, Krishna, Shiva, Ganesha, all one, they will say. That means you never understood Krishna. So Krishna has to be understood as a cause of all causes, as the Bhagavatam first verse itself says. The one who is the originator, who is the creator of everything, and etc., etc., etc. So first make him hear properly Krishna before Krishna Nama. Okay, how do we develop the strength to go on the journey of holy name? At one place, Srila Prabhupada says, he chanted offenselessly, though he chanted thinking of his son, Ajamila. How is it possible that one can chant in such dual? Please explain how Ajamila could get mercy of the holy name. Yeah, he got mercy of the holy name in a very limited sense, no? Not that he got pure bhakti immediately. Not that he reached Vaikuntha. So that means Nama Bhasa. Even if you do in a very unconscious manner the name of Krishna, that is considered to be Nama Bhasa, because he was not knowing it is Krishna's name to make offenses. If you know, say today I know Krishna, Hare Krishna Mahamantra is Nama Prabhu, and after knowing if I am inattentive, then it is offense. So when somebody does not know anything about Krishna and he chants Krishna, it is also gets the benefit of Nama Bhasa. Is there any symptom that our heart got cleansed or getting cleansed when chanting, as I am not feeling anything while chanting? While chanting you may not feel. You have to see your entire life, how it is changing, how your perspective of life is changing. So it's not some immediate effect. Just like if you see, you want to break a stone, you take a huge hammer and you start hammering it. 1, 2, 3, 4, so many huge. You have seen the people breaking big stones. Top, 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 they break. And you see stone is not visibly breaking. And finally one day, one hit, you'll see the stone is split. So do you think the last hit is what broke the stone? No. Each time you are hitting, it was sending cracks, cracks, cracks. So in the same way, you may not be able to see the symptoms of getting cleansed immediately, but very soon you will feel. That is for sure. Is it okay? Hare Krishna Dandavat will experience of presence of holy name while chanting will come simply by hearing or by faith in background. We should think that Lord is present. The experience, see, first of all, I told you there are two kinds of experiences, presence. One is existential presence, another is experiential presence. Experiential presence will happen only after spiritual mind is awakened. Okay, so existential presence you can feel only by faith. So by faith you can feel the experiential presence. So one more question I will take. Is it mandatory to chant Panchatatva mantra after every round? I heard in beginning of chanting, only one time. Can you confirm please? As far as I practice what I have heard, after each round you seek the blessings of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu by chanting Panchatattva. Why we turn the beads clock anti-clockwise after every round? any significance behind it? I don't know. It is told many things in bhakti, we simply follow what is being told. Because these are not big things. It's not going to give me bhakti or take away my bhakti if I know why I should cross, why I should not cross. Better I follow. That Meru bead you should not cross has been told. It's okay. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.